Hello everybody, this week I'm in Wellington in New Zealand. It's Mount Victoria behind me in these beautiful green waters of the Wellington Harbour. The wind's whistling down here, so it's going to do funny things to my hair, I'm sure it is. Although it's still great to be able to say that at almost 50. I'm here to work with a client as part of my year-long cultural evolution programs. Today we've been talking about simplicity. You know, and I often joke at the start of these sessions that there's lots of BS, you know what I mean by that, or lots of lingo that we use and confusing words that we use in our organizations. It doesn't matter what industry we're in, it doesn't matter which country in the world that we're in, there's just some words and phrases that we use that confuse people. And you know, it's funny and we have a good laugh at it, and I get people to look at themselves and say, okay, well, what is it that you're doing? Because I think we forget that simplicity is everybody's responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility to look at the language that they use, because quite often we get very comfortable and confident with the language that we use because we fundamentally understand our own subject matter, but then we make an assumption that everybody else does too. We use acronyms all of the time. You know, one of the things I say is when new people join, we used to give them an acronym dictionary. It was just as proof of how complex the organization is and how difficult we make things. It feels at times as well there are some people's jobs to make things as hard as possible when they really don't need to. So when it comes to embedding a culture of simplicity within the organization, everybody's got a role to play. And sure, we might look to the senior management team as kind of our role models for simplicity. But really, there's an element of self-awareness that's required for you to look at the way that you do things. Are you too wordy? Do you think out loud and confuse people? Are you overly confident? You know, just because you understand it doesn't mean everybody else is. You know, a great example is the cloud. Well, you know, to some people, a cloud is one of those big things behind me in the air that drops rain. It just, you know, if you don't work in IT, you haven't got a clue. So if you want to take the complexity out of your organization and to keep things as simple as possible, because when we do that, when we get much more done, we're much more productive, expectations are much clearer, and it's easier to hit our goals. It's to understand that you've got a responsibility as well. And where you don't understand things, then it's your job to say, I'm sorry, what do you mean again?